Dear students, welcome to our SCPS online live classes. I hope that you and your family are well by the grace of Almighty Allah. Also, I am fine. Dear students, I feel like seeing you very much, but you know what is the situation, and we can hope that as soon as possible we will meet again our heartiest campus, Adamji Cantonment Public School. Dear student, today we will discuss chapter 9. The title of chapter 9 is percentage. Now what is percentage? Percentage means out of 100. That means out of 100, if we compare anything, this is called percentage. Now if we divide our chapter 9, then we will get two types of problems. Number 1, formula based problem, and number 2, profit and loss related problems. Dear students, today we will discuss only formula based problem. Now let's start our classes. Dear students, you can see that already I have written some formula. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 formula. And these 4 formula I have written by using these terms. Look, principal, time, interest and rate of interest. Now at first we need to discuss what is the meanings of this term. At first, principal. What is the principal? Principal means in our chapter 9. According to our chapter 9, principal means the invested or borrowed money. Invested means if you invest in any places, bank or others, or borrowed money. We know if we go to any bank, then you can borrow some money. This borrowed or invested money, this is called principal. Now what is time? We know time, that means a certain period. Now interest. What is interest? Suppose if we invest some money in a bank, then after some times or a certain period later, you will get some extra money. This extra money is called interest. This is your interest. If you borrowed some money from a bank, then after some years later, you have to give extra money. Then this extra money is the interest for this bank. So interest means our extra money which we get for on the principal. According to the principal, this extra money will be interest. Now last topic, rate of interest. Rate means according to percentage. This chapter percentage, rate of interest, that means out of 100 taka, how many interest you will get after 1 year. Again, out of 100 taka in 1 year, how much money you will get. This is your rate of interest. Clear? So we know what is the meanings of principal, time, interest and rate of interest. These 4 terms, by using, we can write 4 formula. Number 1, interest, principal, time and rate of interest. Clear? Now look, interest. Dear students, to solve our problems, we have to memorize this formula. But how we can memorize? Always I am telling you, every time you have to memorize with your best and with your best understanding. Clear? Now if we memorize with understanding, now just look, interest equal principal into time into rate of interest divided by 100. Now dear students, look, this like a fraction, this numerator and this denominator. Now I have written as numerator principal into time into rate of interest, these 3 terms, and denominator as 100. This like a fraction. So interest equal principal into time into rate of interest divided by 100. Now another principal. Now look, this 100 and this is interest. This is uppercase. Remember, this is uppercase and this is denominator down. Clear? Below Now if we multiply this one, then interest and 100, this will be multiplied. Clear? Interest and 100. Now look, I have written interest into 100. And what is the remaining? Look, already I have written principal and interest. So time and rate of interest, these two ones are remaining. So now write time into rate of interest. Look, I have written time into rate of interest. If you write rate of interest into time, no problem. This is the same meanings because we know 2 into 3. Look, if you write 2 into 3, answer will be 6. Again, if we write 3 into 2, then answer will be 6. So no problem. Time into rate of interest or rate of interest into time. Both are same meanings. Now look, time. Similar, interest into 100 and remaining. Which one remaining? Time and interest already written. So remaining principal and rate of interest. Now look, last one, rate of interest. So interest into 100 and remaining two ones, principal and time. So I have written principal into time. So look, last three one, they are numerator, interest into 100, interest into 100, interest into 100. And as a denominator, which two ones? Remaining one. Look, principal interest written, so remaining this two one. Time interest written, this one is remaining. Rate of interest and interest is written, so principal and time remaining. Clear? So it's very easy. If you can understand, it will be very much easy. So this 1, 2, 3, 4 formula is very important to solve our chapter maths. Clear? So now we can go our exercise 9. Dear students, everyone take your math book and go to the problem number 4. If you say, sir, why problem number 4? Because at first I have said, so at first we will solve formula based problem. Clear? So at first start problem number 4. Dear students, everyone take your math book. Go to the exercise 9. Exercise 9 and open problem number 4. Now look, what is the written problem number 4? Some money borrowed from a bank with an annual interest of 15%. Look, annual interest of 15%. This 15% means rate of interest. And paid the annual interest 1680 taka. Interest 1680 taka. So this money is interest. 1 year later. Remember, 1 year later. So this 1 year indicate time. Good. Now how much was the principal? So our demand, we have to find the principal. So now at first we write given rate of interest equal 15. You can write percent, no problem. Now time 1 year, interest 1680 taka. This is our given part. Now our demand, we have to find the principal. Now write, we know principal equal interest into 100 divided by time into rate of interest. Some books, rate of interest, for replacing rate of interest, they all just write rate. Rate of interest or rate, same meanings. Now this is our formula. So we need to input this value. Look, rate of interest 15%. 15%. Clear? And time 1 year, interest 1680 taka. Now write interest. For interest you write 1680 into 100. This time replacing you write 1 into rate of interest. You can write just 15, not 15%. Just write 15%. This is 100 already used. Now write only 15. Now if we divide, then we will get our answer. Now what will be our answer? Look, this is multiply or 1680 and 15. Now we have to divide, and we know must be you have to show this. This is our blank space and this is also our blank space. You can use any one. Now just I have used now 16, 1, 15, again 1, 15, this 30, 2, now remaining our 20. So our answer 11200. So 11,200 taka. This is our required principal. So now you can write, therefore principal equal 11200 taka. This is our answer. Clear? Okay. Now we will go to our problem number 5. Now problem number 5. 15,000 was borrowed from a bank for 5 years. Look, 15,000 was borrowed. So this is our principal. We know the borrowed or invested money is principal. So this is our principal. So principal 15,000 taka for 5 years. So 5 years indicate time. So time equal 5 years with annual interest of 8%. So this 8% our rate of interest. So look, these three information are given. Now what is the question? How much taka should pay back 5 years later? So after 5 years later, how much money should he pay back? So at first again we write the given part. Principal 15,000 taka. Then our time 5 years. Then our rate of interest. What is our rate of interest? 8%. Now question, how much money should he pay back after 5 years later? Look, 15,000 taka, this is the borrowed money. Suppose if you borrowed 15,000 taka from a bank. Now after 5 years later, if you go this bank and if you give 15,000 taka, but yes, you have to give some extra money. This extra money is interest. So you have to give 15,000 taka also some interest. Clear? So at first we have to find interest. And we know what is the formula of interest? Principal into time into rate of interest divided by 100. Now input the value. Principal 15,000, time 5 years, and rate of interest 8 divided by 100. If we divide, you know, this is the another process for division. If we divide, now multiply 150, 5 and 8. Look, 5 and 8, 40, and this is 150. So if you, now what will be the answer? 6, 0, 0. And another one, 0. So 6,000 taka. So this 6,000 taka interest. Now you have to give this 6,000 taka and also 15,000 taka. Why? Because 15,000 taka is our borrowed money. So you have to give 15,000 taka. This is must be. And also you have to give this 6,000 taka for extra money. Because this is interest for bank. Clear? So you have to give how much taka? 15,000 and also 6,000. So if we write 15,000 and also 6,000 taka. Now I am using, now what will be? 21,000 taka. So answer 21,000 taka. Clear? This 15,000 and 6,000, this will be plus. Why? Because you have to give 15,000 and also 6,000. So total 21,000 taka. Clear? So now we can go our next problem. Problem number 6. 15,000 taka was borrowed. So this 15,000 principal, good, from a bank, and 98,000 taka was paid back after 8 years later. So 8 years, this is indicate time. And 98,000 taka. Look, 98,000 taka was paid back. And we know paid back means principal and interest. Clear? So 98,000 taka, this is also included principal and also interest. Clear? Again, and we know principal, what is the principal? 50,000. So if we minus 98,000 taka from 98,000 taka, if we subtract 50,000 taka, then we will get 48,000 taka. So this 48,000 taka will be our interest. Clear? Okay. How much annual interest rate was charged on the principal? So here our demand, rate of interest. Now at first we will write the given part. Problem number 6. Given principal 50,000 taka and interest, what will be the interest? Interest 98,000 minus 50,000 taka. So 48,000 taka. Clear? Why? 98,000 minus 50,000. This 50,000 our principal and 98,000, this is our principal and interest. So if we multiply from principal interest, then we will get only interest. So interest 48,000 taka. And time, what is our time? Maybe 8 years. 8 years. Now we have to find rate of interest. So we know rate of interest equal interest into 100 principal into time. Now if we input the value, interest 48,000 into 100, principal 50,000 and 8. Now if we this and this and also this 30 and 30 minimize, this another 0 and this another 0 will. Now if we divide 8 and 48, 8 one times and 48 how many times? 6. Clear? Now if we divide 10 by 5, this will be 1 times and this will be 2 times. Now this 6 and 2, if we multiply, this is 12. So our answer 12%. Clear? So our answer 12%. This is our required rate of interest. Clear? So these 4, 5 and 6 we solve by using our formula. And I think this is very simple maths. Clear? Now dear students, I will give you a homework for you. Now everyone write for your homework. Shyamol Chakma borrowed 4,500 taka from a bank and an annual interest of 8%. Now problem number A, you can write on the principle. Now number A, or creative question number A, you can write how much taka would he pay back in 10 years. Dear student, this is the similar maths in our exercise 9, problem number 5. Good. Now B number, this maths contain 4 marks. Clear? Now B number, several years later, the annual interest summed up to 2520 taka. Now our question, how many years did he borrow? And this maths also contain 4 marks. Dear students, this creative question is homework for you. This problem number A, this is similar to problem number 5 exercise, and this you have to find how many years. That means time. And now look, the annual interest summed up to 2520 taka. This is interest. This is interest. Annual interest summed up to 2520 taka. That means interest becomes 2520 taka. So this is interest. And what is the principal? This is the principal 4500. Clear? So, and what is the rate of interest? 8%. Clear? So these two information are given on the step, and you have to take this is interest. So 3 information will be given. Now you have to find how many years. That means time. Clear? So I hope you will be able to solve it. Okay, dear student, next class we will meet again. Thank you very much, and I hope you will be okay, and as soon as possible we will meet again. Thank you very much again.